Hi, this review is for Coronado Springs, Walt Disney World. This is for October of 2017. There were 6 of us that traveled together. 4 immediately in one room, my husband, myself, and our 2 kids, and then my husband's father and his wife stayed in an adjoining room. We checked in on September 30th and checked out on October 6th. If you're not aware, Coronado Springs is currently under refurbishment for their existing rooms and under construction for additional rooms to be added. We did early check-in on the My Walt Disney Experience app. And just so you know, this was our very first time to Walt Disney World and also our very first time staying in a Walt Disney World resort. So this is also our first review. Upon arrival, we got there around 11 o'clock, and based on our early check-in, the room was supposed to be ready around 3. When we got to Disney, we went ahead and went to Disney Springs since we knew that it wasn't going to be ready just yet. I received a text message that said, welcome to Disney, blah, blah, blah. We'll let you know when your room's ready. I really liked this feature. Obviously, I had my phone GPS turned on to receive that message. So if you want to get that welcome message, make sure your GPS is turned on. We walked around for a little while, and since we traveled separately from my husband's dad, we waited for them to get in town before we went over to the resort. We got to the resort a little early at 2 o'clock, but we went ahead and went to the check-in counter to see if we could get our room early. And they said they would let them know that we're there to see if they could rush the room so we could get in. We sat down in the lobby till about 4:40, and then we had to go to our dinner reservations. While we were there, we did check back in at the counter a couple of times, but the room wasn't ready. They said they'd let us know. While we were at dinner, I received my text message that our room was ready, but Robert and Donna did not. I don't know if it's because of the phone provider or if they just never received their text message. So they had to go back to the counter after dinner, which was around 9 o'clock at night. So it was a long wait. So the resort, it's really pretty. It's not very Disney-ish. But it is really pretty. When you walk in the front doors, of course, you've got the gift shops, and you've got the restaurants, and you've got the lobby. One thing I will say is from the videos I've watched for most of the resorts, the pool is right there close to the lobby area, or the main pool. Here it was not. You had the main lobby area, and then you had the body of water, and then you had the pool on the opposite end. So they weren't really close. But we did walk all around the property, the main area anyway, and it was very pretty, except for where the construction area is. And the construction was pretty loud during the day, but at night you couldn't hear anything. So once we got our room numbers, we went to our rooms. And again, they were adjoining rooms. We were in Building B, which is the closest building you can get to the lobby, besides the preferred rooms, which we really liked this feature because our designated bus stop was 2. But we actually just walked over to the lobby bus stop because we liked it better, mainly because the customer service people were there, like the cast members, and they would talk to you, give you advice, ask you where you're going, things like that. So when we got to our rooms, there were a couple of issues, but please remember that this was a brand new renovated room, and we were the first ones to stay in the room. Our room, the light switch on the wall right when you walk in did not work. There was a sign on the wall that said wet paint. The outlets between the beds did not work. The phone did not work. they only provided 2 towels for 4 people, and there was no soap. There was shampoo and conditioner, but there was no soap. Normally, I wouldn't really care about the shampoo or about the soap, but for some reason, I forgot to pack soap. And it had been a long day, and I was like, all I really wanted to do was take a shower. So I was kind of disappointed there was no soap. But we had to go back up to concierge and the check-in counter and ask for them to fix everything and bring towels and bring soap. And they did. They took care of everything, but it was a very big inconvenience. So the customer service on that aspect, because you would think everything would be taken care of before you get there, was kind of mediocre. But then again, it was a brand new renovated room. We are the very first people to stay in that room since it had been renovated. For Robert and Donna's room, their wristbands would not let them in the room. They had to go back to the customer service desk. The customer service manager thought that they were not using their brands correctly, so they had the cast member go with them back to the room to make sure they were using it properly. Then back to the lobby, and then they found out that it was like a messed up plate in the door, so they had to replace it and then let them in the room. So we both had issues. One thing that I found very disappointing is that we both had inconveniences and frustrations with check-in and issues with our rooms. And Robert and Donna received amenities, but we didn't. And the amenities they received weren't even that great, because they received amenities of, here's a free fast pass at Magic Kingdom for tomorrow only. And we were going to Hollywood Studios, not Magic Kingdom, so they didn't even get to use them. And then they received the free pens, like the pens that you trade, which is cool. But I mean, when you receive free fast passes that you can't even use, that's kind of a bummer. And why give one person the free amenities and not the other one? Obviously, both parties had equal issues. So that was kind of made me think the customer service wasn't on par. Especially, I had higher expectations. The room was really nice. I really liked the room. I hate carpet, and this room did not have carpet. It had vinyl. It looked like hardwood, so that was really good. There's a lot of counter space, a lot of cabinet space, and there's a space under the bed for you to push your suitcase under there, so it's not out all over the floor. There are sliding doors to separate the bedroom from the sinks, and then another sliding door to separate the sink area from the shower room. I really liked this because you could have one person showering, one person changing, and someone in the bedroom, and everyone has the privacy. Or you can have the kids sleeping and someone changing and brushing their hair, putting on their makeup, and one person in the shower. Extremely convenient. One thing that I wasn't crazy about is this room does not have a table. It has a desk, like sort of. It has a chair that scoots up to the big counter space, but it doesn't have a table and chairs. And we didn't go out to breakfast. We had our breakfast there. And yeah, it's fine for us as adults because we can eat a granola bar, but the kids were eating cereal. And they had to sit on the floor and eat cereal because there was nowhere for them to sit other than the bed. And if they spill milk on the bed, it's not easy to clean up. So that was a little disappointing. The only other thing about right in our area is that the landscaping was not great because they were still working on our building, is sand. But halfway through the week, they did sod the area, so there was grass. I'm sure it looks really good now. I will mention that, like I said a little bit ago, it's kind of loud during the day. We came back early from one of the parks one day, and everyone was taking a nap. It was really, really loud outside. So if that's something you plan to do while they're under construction, is come back and take a nap during the day, you're probably not going to get that great of a nap because it's really loud outside during the day, and you can hear them. But you can't hear them at night. They're not working at night at all, so you're good there. We weren't really worried about it because that's the only day we came back early. It wasn't a big deal. There is something, so this is my fault. I did not look on the website about the cups that you get with your dining plan, that they're only good in your resort. So when we got our cup, I was like, where can you use these? And they said, anywhere that has the fountain drink access. And we're like, okay. So we took them to the parks with us for 2 days, and we couldn't even use them. So either the information was received incorrectly by me, or the information was communicated incorrectly to me. So I was kind of disappointed in that, but it's my own fault because I didn't check the website. And the snack credits, just so you know, the resort says anything over $5 is no longer considered a snack credit, but the parks have all sorts of different price ranges. I think there were some that were like $9 that were considered a snack credit. So keep that in mind when you're using your snack credits. Probably better bang for your buck in the park rather than at the resort. I actually think that's it. I do have a couple notes: construction, customer service, room details, paper market. We ate there for dinner one night. I wasn't crazy about it. I had the chicken parmesan sandwich. It was dry, and I didn't finish it. The kids, I can't remember what they had, but they barely even ate it. We didn't eat there for breakfast, but I saw the breakfast menu, and it looked pretty good. Resort, bus stop, gift shop. The gift shop's huge. I really like the gift shop. I went in there several times. I got this cute little dainty necklace. I like it. Little 2 Mickeys, 1 silver, 1 gold. I don't know if you can see it. I like it. Snack credit and room issues. I think I've covered everything. The only other thing that I would mention is a lot of the resorts have games and stuff that they do with everybody. I didn't see any posted in our resort. Maybe I wasn't looking enough. I don't know. Maybe it's because the lobby is away from the pool and all the games were at the pool and they were posted at the pool. I don't know. I didn't see anything posted. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't looking. But that's all I've got. I want your advice. We're going back in 2019. We are staying at a moderate. This one, Coronado Springs, is a moderate. We're staying at another moderate, and we're thinking of Port Orleans Riverside. I'd like your advice on where you think we should stay. We don't want to stay at Coronado Springs again, not because we didn't like it, just because we wanted something different. So just let me know what you think. Thanks.